Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We're back. It's been a while.
It has been a while since we've recorded.
Yeah, I've been off for about a month, I think, roughly 3 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think we've recorded for, counting the snafu.
Yeah, supposed to have one last week.
Difficulties.
Yep, but they're solved, we hope. We'll find out.
But we're back. It's 2026. And before we get started today, I just want to remind everybody out there listening, all of you who have been patiently waiting for this new episode, right? There's a lot of them, especially if you only listen to the first part. The Mom Life Summit is coming up on Friday, January 23rd. It's going to be at the new venue, the Town Square Terrace, which is behind Just Teasin' Salon and Boutique. And we are all going to be there along with some other presenters doing a night just for moms to take care of themselves, to do some things for themselves. Jeff's going to be talking about
mindset.
Josh, what are you doing?
I'm cooking.
I'm one of the MCs. Shannon is also hosting us. She's the owner of Just Teasin' Salon and Boutique. And then Jeff's wife, Deanna, who's a family nurse practitioner, she's going to be talking about all things health and wellness. So it's going to be a great night. If it's something you heard us talk about last year and you were like, oh yeah, I'll get to that, now's your time to get to it. Now's the time to get a ticket. So we will make sure to link that in the comments under this episode.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome event. Who do the proceeds go to, Tina?
The proceeds are going to, so in conjunction with the Highland Women's Club, they are working with the school nurses to provide basic necessities for kids at all of the schools in the Highland School District in need of just anything completely basic. So think toiletries, think fresh PE clothes, anything that a nurse notices that one of their students needs. They are working together with them to provide a fund that takes care of that. So I know that's a need that we can all get on board with, right? That's something we can all get on board with and contribute to. So I'm excited that's what the proceeds are going to, for sure.
Yeah, so it's going to be awesome. And then just kind of one more quick event that we got coming up is the St. Patty's Day scavenger hunt, which, holy crap, it's sneaking up on me.
It is Saturday, March 21st. So mark your calendars. We'll be sharing more about that event, but as always, bigger and better.
Yep, just save the date on that one at Unwind.
Start talking about getting your teams together.
So now that we're in 2026, which I got to get used to saying.
2026.
26. Start dating everything that way. Let's go into, let's get our quarterly check-in going. So we did this in the fourth quarter, in October, I think.
Yes.
Last year. Yeah. So now we're ready for our next quarter check-in, which we think is important for everybody to do, is just check in with yourself on at least a quarterly basis. So we're going to check in and kind of give, use the same questions we use with our own members.
Yeah, we did this with our clients in October, starting last October. We did it all throughout the fourth quarter. And I think, I'm sure you guys can speak to this too. We had a great response with our clients. I think they all liked it, and they are all excited. I don't know if they're excited, but I'm excited to get to now check in with them again this quarter, in this specific way, just to keep them, accountable to the things that they are working on. And I think I know they like it. Everybody we've worked with so far has been really responsive to it, and I like doing the check-in when we did it with each other. So I'm excited to do this. Do this today as well.
Yeah, so let's get started. Tina,
okay.
What are you most proud of from 2025?
Oh man, I have so much to say about 2025. And I think what I'm probably the most proud about 2025 is, because I have so much to say, I have to try to keep this somewhat concise.
Yes.
It's very difficult for me, is that throughout 2025, I kind of went through like this weird, something felt like it was changing type situation. And looking back, which I know you're like, that should go in the second question, because it says what didn't go as well. So it's going to kind of go together. What I'm most proud of is how that situation, those times, that time period that came up where I was feeling a little off, I'm really proud of how 2025 ended. Like, I felt like I entered it in a little bit of a not lost way, but I can say that it was, things felt off, things felt different, and I am so proud of how 2025 ended. Like, I walked out of it with some newer clarity, some newer awareness, some newer energy, and just this feeling that 2026 is going to be my best year yet.
Sweet. Well, that's a good feeling.
Yeah, that's a great feeling. So I kept it concise.
Good job.
There you go. Awesome.
Josh, what are you most proud of from 2025?
Well, I'm going to lean on a little bit of what Tina just said, because she was a lot of the inspiration that led me to the end of my year finishing well. And it goes back to when you were having your reset or return. I checked in with myself, had a return, realized some of the things that I wasn't doing, and did a return to those things the last quarter of the year. And I'm really happy with the way the year finished, where I'm at, how I feel, and excited to where 2026 is going to go.
Good. Guess that leaves me.
Yeah, that leaves you. We're all looking at you.
Nobody asked.
I didn't mean to stare at you, but yeah, let's go.
All right, fair enough. 2025 was a good one for me. I look back at 2024 and I had some voids that needed to be filled. I didn't really put any challenges on myself in 2024, and I committed to doing more of that, challenging myself with either running, a few different things, but I stepped up and tried some new races this past year. Even though they didn't go as great as I expected, still got them in, and it's propelling me now into 2026, which we'll get into later. But it's got the momentum going for me on a personal level. Like I said, filling that void of trying new stuff and taking on new challenges is really important for me to do. I know not everybody's big on that stuff, but that's a huge thing for me, is to try new things and, do something new. So getting back on track of that, like I said, 2024 was a real void of not doing that. So that's what I'm the most proud of for 2025, is getting back to those ways.
All right. Well, on that note, Jeff, what didn't go as well as you wanted in 2025?
I've been thinking about this one, and this one's been a tough question because a lot of things have really went pretty well.
Well, good.
So, and I not one to just thought about it for a long. I didn't think about it forever, but I've thought about it long enough, and it's like, if nothing's really popping in my head, then I don't need to keep searching.
I love that.
Like, I don't need to go find shit that's wrong. If it's not glaring and popping up, then fuck it. It was a good year, and I'm good with that. So
cool. I'm going to jump on with that because of what you just said, and not because mine's kind of completely opposite of that. So when we started talking about what I was most proud of in 2025, I kind of led with something that was not actually admitted that I entered the year not feeling my best. So because I'm a lady who's in her late 40s, not really late, mid to late 40s, I'm going to experience changes. Right? You guys are so excited to hear about these. I love, they love hearing about
it. Yeah, at least I know it's coming.
Yeah. So anyway, there was a time in so what didn't go well. So in 2025, I felt like there were some changes happening that I didn't have any control over. At least that's what I told myself, that I didn't have any control over them. And unlike Jeff, who just mentioned that he didn't go searching for problems or for things that didn't go well, that change actually led me to start searching for problems. And that's something I don't really recall in my personality that I've ever done in the past, or in anything, where it's like I found myself, instead of looking for a solution, I was looking to find information and evidence that supported me not feeling my greatest. Instead of saying like, hey, Tina, how could you feel better? What could you do? I was actually looking like, oh, well, what does this mean? Oh, that must mean this, right? So I was like looking for a problem. I I don't like that. Anyway, all that to say is that's why the end of 2026, I'm very proud of that because I learned a huge lesson last year. Something happens, go for the solution. Don't keep looking for the problem. Don't keep trying to make that problem actually more valid than it is. And so what didn't go well is that I spent a lot of the year leaning into that problem instead of leaning into a solution. And you guys are never, ever, ever going to guess how I solved my problem.
Found the solution.
Yeah, but so I was feeling off in my nutrition. I was feeling off in my movement.
I'm going to say you went and found help.
Yeah, I found help, but
ask somebody else.
I found help, but what are some things you think that I did that we talk about all the time when we're talking to our clients or when we're talking on the podcast and we're trying
back to your foundations?
I got back to my foundations. I got back to my foundations. I got back to my boring basics. And so, yeah, I spent a large part of 2025 looking to further the I didn't want to make it worse, but I inadvertently did by all the research I was doing. And then come to find out that the solution was right in front of me. And it was just right there, but it took a lot of reflection on my part, and just I had to go through it. Like that's really just how I can describe it. Like, I'm thankful for the experience today because now I on the other side of it, just like my weight loss journey all those years ago, I'm on the other side of something, and now I know that I didn't have to stay there. And I just think was just a great learning lesson for me. So
yeah, you'll be, next time you don't feel your best, you're going to be more equipped to just go straight to my foundation first before you look for anything else. And it'll just be a natural reaction, hopefully. And
I know you guys are going to be surprised to hear this, but this stage of life that I'm going through, it doesn't just like end in 30 days or something like that.
Oh,
like it's no. So And I think that's for everybody as we age. Our bodies change, things change. For males or females. So you had aches and pains over here, boys. Yeah. So just all that to say is that it was a good reminder for me to know that, like I said, I didn't have to stay in that spot. I was fully capable, and I had all the tools and everything within me to take the steps forward. And so.
Well, good job. Figured it out.
Figured it out.
So I had a really good year too. And when I first saw that question, and I was like, well, it was a good year. And I was able to dig through a few things and find some things that I wouldn't say were bad, because I still did the thing, but I wasn't doing the thing the way that I want to do the thing. So, I would say the things that didn't go as well as I wanted were, I did some events, I did some races, but I was looking back, and the times that I put out were the slowest that I've had in a decade. Now, yes, I'm getting older, and you can say that that's an excuse or a reason, but in this case, I dug a little deeper, and it really wasn't. It goes back to the reset and returning to the foundation. Some of those things I did myself. I wasn't getting the results because I wasn't putting the work in, and that's the hardest thing that I've had to deal with from 2025 was, I mean, you only get out what you put in, right? And I realized that yes, I was still going through the motions, and that's what made it hard to find sometimes too, is I was still doing the things, but I wasn't doing them to the level I expect myself to do them to. So, I'm going to be better. I'm going to do better. I'm doing better.
Good.
All right. Question number 3 then is, how is your body feeling? How's everybody's body feeling? Tina, how's your body feel?
My body feels great.
Josh, how about you?
I feel as good as I have in a long time. I feel great.
Sweet. This is a fast one then. Yeah. I got nothing bothering me. So the body's feeling pretty good too, which is, it's a great feeling to feel good. Yeah. Makes everything else easier. So, all right. Well, then that makes it easy. We get to move on. And what are you looking forward to the most in 2026?
Your turn to go first.
Josh, you get to go first.
I have a big year, I'm turning 50 this year.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
I mean, it is what it is. You can have worse problems, right? So I'm just going to attack it, jump in with both feet, and it's going to be a great year. And I guess our episode never made it out because I was teasing what we were going to be doing in 2026, and then we had some technical difficulties. So if it's okay, I'm just going to throw it out there right now. So to celebrate my 50th, these two are coming along, and we're making it a team event. We're going to climb Pikes Peak and do a half marathon for my 50th. Right, Tina?
Right.
Yes.
We are going.
So that's what I'm most excited about. I mean, we've got a great year planned, but that's going to be the big thing.
Okay.
That's the peak.
Oh, I see what you did there.
The peak.
Tina, what are you excited about for 2026?
In the midst of all that things that didn't go well in 2025, I forgot to mention the running because that was a big problem for me just because I enjoy it so much. And so that's something I've been working on actively and going well. And so I have some events coming up this year as well. That's what I'm the most excited about is the that's really not it, but just that I have certain things on the calendar already in place that I know that I'm doing and I'm excited about. I have a plan that I'm already following to get ready for the first one in March. I'm going to do this event called the Mammoth March in Arkansas, which also checks another box on my list, which is to go to new places. And this year, I get to take 2 A's off of my list, Arkansas and Arizona.
Oh,
because we're
boom.
hiking in Arizona with our Pulse family. So I am most looking forward to some hiking events that I'm going to do. I'm going to do a half marathon in April. I think you're doing that one. I think you're doing one in May and maybe April. I don't know everybody's schedules, and I'm also excited that we all talked about all the events we're doing when we did our planning back in November for the year. Like, I just think it makes it more exciting. So we can all support each other. And of course, the peak in September, I don't know that we have anything planned after that, so, assuming we all, get off the mountain.
We're going to get off.
Just kidding. We're all getting off the mountain. But I am most looking forward to visiting some new places and traveling to some new places and hiking and just feeling my best in 2026. And that's going to come from being intentional and just, like you said, attacking it and not letting anything like a silly old number on the calendar, just like on the scale, we're not going to let some silly old numbers define what we can or cannot do.
So good. For me, 2026, I'm just excited. I'm celebrating people's 50th birthday, and it's not mine.
You'll be there before you know it.
But I'll be there before you know it. But yes, doing the Pikes Peak for Josh's 50th, and then for somebody else's 50th, I'm celebrating doing the KD82 trail with only 3 of us instead of 6 for...
I'm really bad at math, and I know you've probably done the math because you're dividing it by 3. How does that work out for runners? There's 3 runners, so what is your rough estimate?
Roughly 28 miles a person.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
The middle of June or beginning of June. So
don't worry.
It's going to be scorching hot.
Memorial Day will be cold. We can make a prediction right now. Memorial Day is going to be cold. We've done this before.
Yeah.
We've sat with blankets shivering at the Memorial Day biathlon. And then the following weekend, we've roasted.
Yeah, it's been 95.
With,
so
dirty porta potties.
Yeah, so excited about that. So 2 pretty big events as far as like endurance training, and then now a couple half marathons, which don't seem like such a big deal to get me ready for the big things. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most. And then, like I said, we got our hiking trip in Arizona, which I have never been to Sedona or any place like it. So I'm pretty excited. I've been searching all morning actually for the trails that we're going to be doing, what that's going to look like. So that's really got me pretty fired up because that's only 3.5 months away.
And
so
do we have any spots left?
We do. So if anybody wants to come, we got 2 or 3 rooms left.
What happened to your voice?
I don't know. I was kind of like coughing. And
well, how many spots do we have left?
We have room for probably 5 or 6 people.
Okay.
So
yes,
if anybody's interested, it's going to be an amazing trip.
The trip to Utah last year was amazing. I am expecting this one to be even better just because it's our second year doing it and we've already got things in place for everybody. So think of it as like if you're going to like an all-inclusive resort, except you're hiking, which I don't know, that would be something you'd have to want to do, but just think by the time you arrive there, your transportation, we have a private chef, we have hiking planned for all levels. So it's just kind of like a retreat.
All you have to do is show up,
and just show up.
We will take care of everything else that's included in the trip as soon as you get there. So,
and you get to spend time with us. So what more could you want?
Yeah. So yeah, if you have any questions or interested in that trip, just reach out to us and be happy to give you any information that you wanted.
So we will post all these questions that we went through so that you can do your own quarterly check-in. And I would, love to hear how it goes if you start digging into these. We ask people questions all the time, and they're like, kind of look at you like, oh, I'm not really sure how to answer this. And then when you actually reflect and to go through this, it does create something in your brain and it creates some action as well. And I think that comes from the writing, and then just being able to reflect on it. It does something really powerful. So I encourage you to do this either by yourself, or you could do this with a friend or your spouse, and see what you can get excited about in 2026.
I say do it with a friend, because there's something about speaking it out loud.
Yeah, for sure.
If you do it with yourself, it's just going to
I thought you were saying like you're doing this with your friend and not your spouse.
Oh, well, either way.
Yes, I agree.
Because then it forces you to actually say it out loud.
Having a partner, yes, or
brings a little bit,
even a group like we just did. This
was a little bit more
fun.
level of commitment. So like me saying this, now I'm saying it to a bunch of people, so the commitment is even higher, and just brings more reality to it. Versus if you just keep the thoughts in your head, sometimes they can just stay there. And versus if you get them out, then they become a reality.
Yes, absolutely.
So good luck in 2026.